Malolele.
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 In case you don't know what that means, what does it mean, Lina? Welcome and hello in my language. I'm from Tonga. I was born in New Zealand. My name is Tui Mulitalo. I am 26 years old. I'm a mum of two, a 4-year-old and 4 months. And I'm also married. So you know, a funny story? I like write every single word before a speech. Literally every single word. And guess what happened? Because I was fiddling with my phone and it deleted. So it's okay, I'm gonna just talk. But basically I just wanted to share my story. I started when I was 22 years old. Pretty cool, so I've been a part of the business for 4 years now. And it was 2015, it was the last week of February, and I was 9 months pregnant. And at the time, I was a university student. I'm not digging on university, but I was at university for 6 years and I didn't graduate. And I changed majors, I think 4 times. Until now, it is still the most depressing place to me because I just kept failing so much. And I just wasn't passionate about anything. At the same time, while I was 9 months pregnant and while I was studying full time and my husband was a police officer, I was working 3 part-time jobs. And so one of my part-time jobs was that I worked a kiosk at Manukau doing chocolate fondues, which was really hard. I sold photography at kid playgrounds on the weekend, and I was a temp at a reception for our church head office. And so, the reason why I'm holding her is because I just want to show that you can build your business no matter how busy you are. Thank you, Pauline. And honestly, at the time, I don't know if this is the situation that you were in, but get ready. I was living in a garage, literally in a garage. We were just scraping by. Oh my gosh, I'm trying not to cry because I cry over everything. But I literally remember going to the supermarket and honestly, I would put something into the cart and then he would say, okay, $2.50, and put it into the calculator. Okay, this, okay, $5, and what's the total? Because we wanted to make sure that when we went to the front counter, we weren't going to get declined. To be honest, let's be honest, because even though my husband was a cop and everyone was like, wow, the uniform looks nice, but no one had any idea that we were so broke and we were not happy. And I was so jealous of all my friends on Facebook traveling, and my husband would be like, they got a loan or something, like, just to make us feel better. You know, we had dreams, we want to buy a house and all those things, but we were stuck in this week-to-week paycheck life. And I was like, I don't know how much longer I can do this. We did it for 4 years. And so my husband and I didn't even know that there was another way. We didn't know that there's something else we can do. And I'm so grateful to my sponsor, Liz. And I say, hi, Liz, right there. So grateful to my best friend. Because she invited me to an event just like this. That's all she did. She just said, hey, come, because she cared about me. And I decided to test it. I decided to work hard. And so I wanted to share my top 5 tips, and I'm so grateful. So, is Adeline trying to stop me? No? Okay, cool. So my first tip is that nothing works for the first time. Nothing works the first time. Honestly, I was like, yes, I'm gonna do this. And I went to executive and went down to brand affiliate. And then I went to executive and then I went down to brand affiliate. And then I Aloa'd each month for like a whole year. It was so hard, but I never gave up. And I decided there was something missing. There was a reason why I was just like this. And I decided to make the most of my mentors. So I went to Liz, I went to Jerry, and I said, I am serious. I am going to annoy you. So first lesson, nothing works the first time, and never give up. Second lesson is to annoy your sponsor and your upline. Annoy them and demand their time and say, you're earning off me, give me your time, come to my meetings, do this for me. In fact, Pauline, who you're gonna hear from soon, because I can't drive, I know, laugh. I don't know how to drive. Just the other day, the shopping cart went into all this fruit and everyone was laughing. But, you know, she would pick me up at 9 a.m. and drop me off at like nighttime because she knew I couldn't drive, so she would trap me in her car. But demand your upline's time. My third one is a quote from my church, our prophet, and he said, unless we lose ourselves in the service of others, there is little purpose to our life. Unless we lose ourselves In the service of others, there is little purpose to our lives. That's from Thomas S. Monson. And the reason why I love that quote is because a lot of people assume that what we do is sell, but we are problem solvers. We help people. We don't have a compensation plan. We don't have a performance plan. We have a helping plan. How many people can you help? If you have the right intention and you love people, they will know. Okay, so that's my third one. Fourth one is a quote from my other mentor, Jerry Glover, and he said, every time, trust me, every time my babies are crying, someone's sick, my house is a mess, the washing's up to the sky, I haven't eaten, all of that. He's like, it's all right, you ate yesterday. And he was right, because, and he always says this, if you are serious about something, you will make it happen. If you are just interested in something, you will do it when it's convenient for you. And so I never made excuses. I was 9 months pregnant. I sat in an event like this from 9 a.m. till 9 p.m. on a hard chair, and I gave birth the next day. That was my first baby. My second baby, I went to a workshop, and I sat there for 4 hours. Next day, gave birth. You know, it's just, you just have to not make excuses and just do the work. The fifth one I wanted to share is my favorite quote from The Rock, and he says to be hungry, not food hungry, to my sisters and brothers. Take the food and take the rice stand. Don't just be hungry. Don't be hungry. Be humble and always be the most hardworking person in the room. And that's from Rock, Dwayne Johnson. And my last one, no, I think that was my last one, yes. But basically, guys, I just wanted to share that I love this company so much. I honestly, what are we going to go back to if we give up? Back to our job, back to working for another 40, 50 years? And so I love this business partner. I love that I can trust them and give confidence. Just want to give a big thank you to Adeline. Her role is problem solving and helping us to do the best that we can and keep us on track and make things possible for us. And I just wanted to give a big shout out to my team, Team Donga! Woo! Thank you so much. I learned so much from all of you. I wouldn't be blessed with my family and our lifestyle. My husband left work after 2 years, so he's a stay-at-home dad. Just all those things we wouldn't have it if it wasn't for our team. We're so grateful for them. Just yesterday, my husband and I sat down. We went for Vietnamese because we're going to Vietnam. And we were sitting there, we're planning taking our girls to Disneyland in October, and then going to Globe Ball, and then going to Hawaii. And I was like, you're 29, I'm 26. If we kept going with our police and our university plans, this would not have happened. And that's why I love this business so much. If I can do it, you can do it. My love. Okay, so Adeline was going to introduce them, but I want to introduce them. Thank you, Adeline. The next person who's just going to quickly share, sorry, because I put in a bit of time. This mom has 11 kids. Our next blue diamond has 11 kids. And she is expecting number 12.
Yeah, I'm a mom of, it was 10 that time. 11 and it's 12. I'm pretty sure next year or another year you want to see someone. But I'm grateful for this opportunity. I'm Aloa Potaufa. My sponsor is Tui. She came into me in a time where I did not have the time. I was already a full-time mom, working in a school, and I was already having another part-time job during night, which was already full on top of 10 kids as well. And you can imagine, after school I had other things, but somebody wanted to share to me this opportunity, and I'm grateful. My husband got me to sit down. I say, sit down please, and just let them share. And then after that, you can just go back and do your normal crazy routine. But I'm grateful for that little time. There was only one thing that stuck to my head which was how I can squeeze my 40 years of working hard. Because us, us islanders, we work hard. Some people work 3 jobs or more than that. It's just to survive. But and for us, as long as you give it, as long as I have the time, I'll do it, whatever job. So I was one of those moms. But at the same time, when I heard that you can squeeze your time of 40 years of working to 4 to 5 years, to me it was different. So different to what I was taught. I mean, I did the education, I did have a bachelor, and then after that I ended up in a school because I could not leave the kids 9 to 5. I had to be there to be the mom, to do everything that they will rely on. So perfect job was in the school. That was the only thing that really changed me to actually do this. And at first, making time to put in for this effort of work. I learned a lot of things from everyone. I did not do this kind of work. But honestly, that believing in what I was shown is something that was deep inside me. So you have to at least believe one thing or two that will drive you. And I'm grateful right now, a little part-time. I did this part-time before I gave up my full-time job and also my other job at nighttime. So imagine having 3 jobs, and this, if I didn't make time for this, I think I would still be in the roller coaster of working. But I'm grateful that I make time, because right now our life is different. Different in a way of time. My husband is not working anymore, and I'm not working anymore. This is the only work that we do. But it gives us the freedom of traveling, of spending time with our kids. My husband will forever talk about how grateful he is for the time that he has. He wakes up whenever he wants. He sleeps whenever he wants, which is something that Luz can provide for us for working hard and just putting the effort. I'm also grateful that I did come across great people, and without them, I could not do this. But these are people who are just, they believe in one thing, and I would say my only suggestion is to have faith, believe in it, and make time. Because if you don't make time, different from whatever you're doing, you'll still be the same. And that's something I'm a real testament of that. That my life is different now because of this opportunity. That's all.
So while I let the next person set up, everyone please give a hand to Pauline and Maverick Kaufusi. So while they're setting up, I just wanted to tell you a little bit about them. So on one side we have Aloa, who's a big softie and will cry every second she gets. On the other end we have these two, which is really tough and I learned so much from, but both have really big hearts. And I'm grateful to pass the time to them. Please welcome Pauline and Jay again.
Okay, so I promised Adeline that I'll do 10 minutes, so I will stick to my 10-minute time. I think I'll just switch this over. I thought everyone was doing slides, but just me. Okay, so going extra as always. So we are the Kaufusis, and I put this so that my husband can come join me because he rarely comes comes up with me. But Adeline asked us to share about our journey to Blue Diamond. And so I try to, I think it's always the lights that bring the tears. But I just want to share, I am so grateful for Aloa and Tui. Just watching them. Just like what Adeline said. Thank you. In this business, although we're not directly related, we're all cousins. And so I learned from Aloa, I learned from Tui, and everyone in this room. But what I learned the most about what Aloa and Tui said is that when we started, we didn't have time. None of us had time. And so I just want you guys to know that you're probably sitting there thinking, you don't have time, I have 12 kids, I have 3 jobs, whatever it is that you're thinking, just know that we all started like that. And so a little bit about us. Last year, everything was crazy. I was a PhD student. I barely got to have time to see anything. My kids, I had 2 kids under 2. So 3 now and 2. So I was struggling being a student, being a mum. I was a traditional business owner because that's just what I thought I wanted to do. And I was a social worker, so I worked 8:30 to 4:30 every day. And so when this business came into my life, I thought I'll just do it for 6 months while I'm on maternity leave, and then I'll go back to my job and I'll never pick up Tui's clothes again. But again, she called me and she said, look, I just want to meet up with you. So at that time, it was school versus business. It was family versus business. Everything was against the business. And I had my husband there telling me every day, I just don't understand how you can make money selling soap and toothpaste. So, that's all happening in the background last year. And so this is the meeting. We sat down, Jerry, Tui, and we sat down, and I was ready to go guns blazing, telling them every single excuse I had. And I was ready to tell them, you know what, I just didn't realize I don't think you realize how busy I am. And then Jerry just said to me, well, what do you want? And when I sat there, I actually didn't want a PhD. It was something my dad planned for me since I was this high. And so I was doing it more for him. I didn't really want to be a social worker. I thought I did, but I can't really deal with people's problems. I thought I wanted to be a traditional business owner, but I actually just like clothes. So if I could buy clothes, wear it, and then sell it, my husband would let me keep buying clothes. So that's everything I was doing, but I didn't actually want it. And so when Jerry asked me, what do you want? I had to sit down and think, well, okay, you asked me what I want, let me tell you what I want. And I told him, I want to go to South Africa. And this was, I'm time-stamped, March 2018, so this was last year. I was a struggling executive. I could barely make my 2,000 points. My team never responded to me. At that time, you couldn't see seen on Facebook, but now you can. But no one wanted to have anything to do with the girl who sells soap and toothpaste. And so I just said, well, that's what's happening, but this is what I want. And I really wanted to go to South Africa. And I called Adeline, and this is what she said to me. Pauline, it's impossible, just try for Croatia.
I remember the day.
I remember, I sat outside BNZ and I told her, Adeline, you know what? Hang up and I'm going to call you at the end of the mountain. I'm going to South Africa. And I hung out and I called Jerry. And like what Lani said, when people don't get what they're promised, they're pissed. I was pissed. I was a pissed mom, and that's even worse. And I told Jerry, you told me if I do my qualification, I'm going to go to South Africa. And Jerry told me, how about you just calm down? And I'll meet with you tomorrow. So it was a long struggle, but it continued to go. And we said, how about we work together and we do this? So I wanted, more than anything, I wanted South Africa, and I also wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. So these are my kids, Joe and Avery. And Avery, I always tell Tui, Avery and Elaine are like they're like our lions. They were there for us the whole time we were building the business. And then Joe and Louisa comes in and they get all the trips. So Joe has never known me to be a working mom. He's always known me as a stay-at-home mom. And I get to do all of this every day because of this business. I'm sorry, Adeline, I'm going to go over time, so just letting you know. So what we had to do is we had to trust that the process, if you do it, New Skin is the best partner you could be in. Because they're there for you. Every time I think of New Skin, I just tell them, I just say, just do it, because you know what, New Skin's going to have your back. And I know that for sure. So we had to get to work, and it was a lot of work. So I had to get my husband on board. He had to pretend to sell soap and toothpaste too. And I had to be there. And we just had to work every day. And so something that I learned is that my team always asked my siblings, would you ever do New Skin? And my brother said, never, I'll never do New Skin. And then they asked him why, and he said, because I see how much work goes into it. And it is, it's a lot of work. It's up in the morning, it's doing meetings at night. And when the team are up in America, you're up midnight. Everything is working on the go because you need to fulfill your dreams. So we did it, and we went to South Africa. I share that with you guys because I want you to know that I promise you, New Skin will have your back. And I was so grateful that my sponsor, Tui, and Jerry, and Adeline, they were there for us. When I didn't even believe in myself, they believed in me. So we did it. And trust me, New Skin, they don't play when it comes to success trips. We got greeted. This was our hotel view. And of course, the person who complained about soap and toothpaste was there every morning. At breakfast, 6:30, 3 plates. So he's not complaining anymore. And we went zip lining. To my husband, a complainer with the runner. And so the reason why I wanted to share with you guys this today is because guess what? If I can do it, so can you. And yes, we had to sacrifice a lot of things, a lot of sleep. That's the most thing that I had to sacrifice, but I promise you it's worth it. And because of all of that work that we did last year, all of that foundation building, we continue to grow because of that. And because of this one success trip, because New Skin had my back, that's the reason why I can stand here today and say that I'm a Blue Diamond, because of this trip. I promise you, if it wasn't for this trip, I don't think I would have had the trust in the company that I do today. I wouldn't have the passion that I have today, but it's because I saw what New Skin can offer. And so it didn't stop there. When we came back, we went to Leadership Summit, and we put this up on our wall, and our goal was to go to Croatia. Only this time, not alone, not as a couple. We wanted to take our team with us. And so this was our team. We got to go together to Croatia. And I'm so proud of them. These guys, I forced them to do New Skin. I feel so sorry for them. But they said yes, and I had to work triple time to make sure that they got to go as well. And so they worked so hard for this. So Croatia, this is Mele in Brisbane, the girls here in Auckland. And then we thought, okay, well, if we did it for South Africa, the same amount of work for South Africa got us the trip to Croatia, continued to get us the trip to Hawaii. So all of that work continued, and these are the girls that we get to take. They're moms, they're busy. Half of them don't even have time to even do anything else other than just wake up New Skin, sleep New Skin, wake up New Skin. Everything is New Skin. But they will be rewarded, and they will see how New Skin's got you when you do the work. So we will be swimming at the Grand Wailea in October with these girls. But I just wanted to introduce the complainer, who is no longer a complainer. This is my husband, And he too, by default, is a blue diamond as well.
You work for it. You work for it.
After the first trip, I told him, okay, you got the first trip for free. You have to work for Hawaii, work for Croatia, work for Vietnam. And so he's just going to share his experience as a freeloader.
You work too, Jay.
Guess like I'm the freeloader husband. I want to share a little bit about my listening journey. There was one night, I think it was the second week of March last year. I was in my room and I overheard my wife Pauline talk to her parents, and she said, "I'm not gonna do my PhD anymore. And if you put yourself in my shoes, I'm the son-in-law in their room." And in my head, I was like, parents like, this is Jay's fault, you know? This is Mary's fault. And that night, I swear to myself, I gotta make this work, because I don't want my parents-in-law to hate me for life. So I was born and raised in Tonga. Got married to Pauline 4 years ago. Moved out here. I told my dad, I'm going to New Zealand to find my life. And I got here to New Zealand, got introduced to property. And I really love properties. So me loving my wife a lot, I had to give up a lot as well. So I told my wife, you know what? I'll give you 3 years. And if there's nothing coming out of this nesting business, I'm going back to properties. And from there, within, I'm not too sure what this is safe, within 1 year from executive to blue diamond. And thank you, Pauline. But I didn't prepare any slides, but since this picture's on, this was in Table Mountain in Cape Town, South Africa. So remember, I was born and raised in Tonga. There's really nothing out there in Tonga. We had the lifestyle, the freedom. Like you wake up and play basketball or volleyball.
Eat a coconut.
We don't have jobs. We go to the beach and swim. So I was just sitting there and I was like, man, there's 95% or more of this world that I don't know or I haven't experienced. So I was just sitting there admiring Cape Town, and then to myself I was like, I want this. I want an empire. I want my own kingdom. I want to be the king in this kingdom. And my wife, of course, the queen. So she introduced Avery and Joe, and I wanted to be the prince and the princess of this kingdom. So every morning I wake up 5 o'clock, wake up my wife and says, I don't want you to sleep because we're building our kids' life. So 5 o'clock in the morning we're up and work until whenever, maybe 3 o'clock in the morning because of America time difference. But my tip, since Tui is giving out tips, I want to give out tips as well. So my tip is your account manager, and hats off to Adeline. I don't know if Pauline said it herself. Without the South Africa trip, Adeline, I don't think we're gonna do this thing. Without the South Africa trip, maybe we wouldn't have a Maverick and a Pauline blue diamond, you know. So I want to thank you for the courage you gave us. I think you saw the potential in us that we didn't see, and I here asking you, keep on bringing this courage to us. And if you can see the pattern, it was just us in South Africa, second trip to Croatia, and there's going to be more to Hawaii. And you know the 100 million goal, like Ella said, it's going to be earlier than that, because the pattern, the momentum, Jerry, is going to be bigger and faster and better. I don't know how to end this, but okay.
Okay, so because of the partnership that we have with New Skin, It allowed for our first trip to South Africa, and we have blue diamonds today because of that. Because of South Africa, we were also able to achieve Croatia. Because of Croatia and the vision that our team saw, we were also able to achieve Hawaii. And because of Hawaii and because of the people who are going to Hawaii, I know we will take many more people to Vietnam. And so it's gonna keep growing. So we have 6 months, all of us. What I love about New Zealand is it's an equal playing field. Everyone gets equal opportunity. We all have 6 months from now. We're going to have more teams qualified to Vietnam, and we're going to have more blue diamonds. So that next year when Adeline and Alice come, we're going to be like Karen, all good with our Team Elite pins and with our flowers. So that's going to be all of us. So do it.
Wow. Blow me away.